The beautiful view on the shore of the Bow River in Calgary, Alberta. Good afternoon. I'm Sean Mullen, and a good evening to those of you in Ukraine. It's a happy Easter weekend and a wonderful event here at the Max Bell Center in Calgary. Hockey for Ukraine Game 2. It has been a training camp throughout the week, a great opportunity for the U18 Ukrainian team in partnership with Hockey Calgary and the Calgary Canucks to get together, to practice, to find the right chemistry, to find the right team for the World Under-18 Division 1A Championship coming up in Denmark. And today, the second game here at the Hockey for Ukraine Challenge against the U18 Alberta All-Stars. And the one goal scored in the game on Wednesday for Team Ukraine came from Ilya Shabinsky. A great shot. Sniped it, had a couple other good opportunities. 40 shots on net for the Ukrainians, just could not solve the Alberta goaltending. And Shabinsky and company, after another few days of working here in training camp, are looking to sharpen their talents and come away victorious before heading off to the World Championship. Dylan Deeds played spoiler, the edge school defender who has an offensive edge to his game, scored the overtime winner in the first game of this series, quieting a crowd as it was heavily partisan for the Ukrainian team. And it was Deeds who came up with a nice play in the 3-on-3 overtime to win the game for the Albertan All-Stars. A very competitive game and one of the best atmospheres that I've been a part of. And we look forward to a very similar atmosphere coming up in the game today. There's the bench boss for Team Ukraine, Alexander Bobkin. 3 years he's been the coach for the U18 team. Also, for 2 years, the coach of the U20 team. He's a bench boss with a lot of history with the national program. Also battled through some very unique circumstances. For the Alberta squad, the Ryan Rannick running the bench today. Brad Moran was the coach on Wednesday, but he's going to be busy. His Calgary Canucks have game 2 of their playoff against semifinal in the AJHL coming up against Drumheller at 5 o'clock. So he passes over to Ryan Rannick. Look at the netminders. Cruz Chase there wearing number 1 for Alberta was absolutely phenomenal in the first game of this series. Don't know as of yet who's going to get the start there, but if it is Chase, he played 40 minutes without allowing a goal, stopping 29 shots in those 40 minutes. And again, great crowd coming out, the Ukrainian flags scattered throughout it. One thing that was really unique about the game on Wednesday, I've seen and heard loud crowds before. There is something special about the passion on display in the crowd on Wednesday, almost to the point that every time a Ukrainian player started to head forward with the puck, go on the attack at all, there was a buzz immediately building. Unlike anything I've ever heard, even in other international competitions. You can tell it's a special event. And one thing we should note as well, these games, Wednesday and this afternoon, raising funds for Hockey for Ukraine as we head to the special ceremony at ice level.
Please draw your attention now to the red carpets. We're going to welcome Jack, son of Sandy Edmonstone, president of the Calgary Canucks, the Canadian flag. We're going to welcome Olive, daughter of Minister Joseph Shaw of Tourism and Sport here in Alberta. We're going to welcome Minister Tanya Furr, Minister of Arts, Culture, and Status of Women. Vice President of the Ice Hockey Federation of Ukraine, Alexandra Slavitska. Joining her today, her son Dennis and nephew Dimitro. Representing our sponsors, from Adrenaline Source for Sports, Andrew Tavinder. From Sylvan Learning Center, Leslie Mitchell. And please welcome President of the Calgary Canucks, Sandy Edmonstone. To bring us today's land acknowledgement, we're going to call on Minister Tanya Furr, followed by a welcome from Joseph Shao.
Thank you so much. I'd like to take this opportunity to continue the tradition of acknowledging the traditional Blackfoot territories comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, and the other Indigenous communities that have since called Alberta home. The City of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. I want to note that our homes are on lands near where the Bow River meets the Elbow River, and the traditional Blackfoot name of this place is Mohkinstsis, which we now call the City of Calgary. As the Minister of Arts, Culture, and Status of Women, I'm honored to be here and bring greetings along with my colleague on behalf of the Government of Alberta. This event is an amazing example of solidarity and sportsmanship and an opportunity to celebrate new friendships made, an even stronger relationship forged with Ukraine, and a shared love of hockey. To the Ukrainian team that is here, welcome to Alberta. Dobry dan, laskova prosimy. Slava Ukraine.
Well, thank you, Minister Furr. And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Max Bell Arena, home of the Calgary Canucks. It is my pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of the Government of Alberta, as my colleague has just said, as well as the Honourable Danielle Smith, our Premier. Now, sport has a very unique ability to bring people together in local, provincial, national, and even today, international communities. We are humbled to host Ukraine's national team here to play on Alberta soil, and it's an honor to share the ice with you. To the fans, you are witnessing the ultimate display of sportsmanship as we bridge the 8,000-kilometer gap between our nations right here in Calgary. To Team Alberta, today, you not only represent your team and your province, but in a way, your country. I want to thank you for the level of professionalism and the class that you show in hosting our guests. You are a credit to the sport community. To Team Ukraine, друзі, вітаємо вас в Альберті. Нам також надзвичайно приємно сьогодні мати можливість гостити вас у своєму місті. Бажаємо всім гравцям успіху у грі. До перемоги та слава Україні! In closing, I want to thank the entire Calgary Canucks organization, Hockey Calgary, especially Sandy Edmonstone, and Ukraine Ice Hockey Federation, and the Sylvan Learning Center for making this event a reality. Without you, today could not happen. Thank you, everyone, and good luck.
We now call on our captains of both teams to join our ministers Tanya Furr and Joseph Shao in today's ceremonial puck drop. Once again, a big thank you to Minister Tanya Furr and Minister Joseph Shao. At this time, we ask you now, please rise if you're able. We are going to begin tonight's festivities with a moment of silence in honor of the ongoing war in Ukraine. This moment of silence is for the fallen soldiers and fallen civilians who have lost their lives during this conflict. Thank you. We ask you to continue rising or remain standing and join us for tonight's national anthems. Tonight, the Ukrainian national anthem is performed by Ukrainian merited artist Yehor Bodin, followed by the Canadian anthem from Yana Billick.
Ще не вмерла України ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття молоді, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші воріженьки, як роса на сонці. Запануєм і ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Слава Україні!
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us come, and with glory hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Once again,
Wow, what a powerful couple of moments we just watched. I see a flag in the crowd that sort of says what it's all about. A Canadian flag with the Ukrainian colors, and that's kind of what we're seeing here today is the two countries coming together. An opportunity for this U18 Ukrainian team to get prepared for World Championship, to come together, and an opportunity for us here in Canada, here today in Calgary, to show the people of Ukraine on this special weekend that we stand with them. A happy Easter to everybody watching in Ukraine. We hope you can enjoy the broadcast today. Goaltender for the Ukrainians, Alexander Levshin, played this season for the Toronto Red Wings U18 team. Last year at the U18s, he was 2-3 with a 3.04 goals against average and 900 save percentage. For Alberta, it's Connor Bombach, who played this season for the Red Deer U18 AAA club. 11-8-1 on the season with a 3.48 goals against average and a 911 save percentage. A few changes for Ukrainian coach Alexander Bobkin. The addition of Martin Maryanovsky wearing number 15 and Anton Yasishin wearing number 10. For the head coach, Ryan Rarick. For Alberta, Carter Cunningham, Ryder Demko, Hunter Kelso, and Miller Leckie come into the lineup. And we're off. Ukrainian team in the first game, as they get caught for an icing here, were all over Team Alberta for much of the game, but only able to score once off the stick of Ilya Shabinsky. We'll see if today they're able to find a couple more. Draw one by Alberta, but a good stick to deflect that puck out from Nikita Kulikov. Played for the Edmonton Junior Oilers this season. U18 AAA. Kulikov was a dangerous forward for Ukraine in the first game on Wednesday. Throws a hard check there. Puck deflects out, played by Akhmedov to the wall. Now ahead with it. Dembo drags and shoots. Rebound chance off the side of the goal. Good hunger for that puck from Jackson Smith, who had a good game on Wednesday. There's Dietz. Scored the overtime winner in game one. He's run down in the corner by Koval. And the puck is shipped deep by Nagniev for Ukraine. It'll be covered up by Bombach. Now, Bombach did not play in the first game of this series. It was O'Halloran and Cruz Chase. As we look at the first chance for Alberta, kind of a fan shot taken by Ryder Dembo, and the rebound there for Smith. Face-off won by Ukraine here. Koida back to the line, a shot, rebound is there. Good point shot created by Marntsev. Here's Dietz. Goes it up the wall, held in at the line for a hard wrister from Dragoon wide. Kept in by Marntsev, now it does escape. Dragoon tried to dump it back in, got blocked. A minute and a half in here. Skated into the zone by Levchenko. He'll shoot, snared by Bombach. Don't forget as well that this game raising money for the Ukrainian Hockey Dream. You can donate there, the QR code where it says donate and support. They've done some very important work, including helping relocate hundreds of young hockey players so they can continue their hockey dream safely during the invasion. Here's Tkachuk. Puck played into the corner. Tkachuk has it again. Got bumped off of it. Moved up the wall by Levchenko. That's off Tkachuk's skate. To the line. Got away that time from Miller Leckie. And whistled dead in the neutral zone. Aiden Tkachuk with the Royals this season. 17 goals, 27 assists, 44 points. He can put the puck in the net when given the opportunity. And not a small young man either, at 6'2", 175 pounds. Here comes Ukraine, and there's that buzz building as Shabinsky is forced off the puck. Shabinsky popular on social media as well after his goal on the point shot there by Maryanovsky. Play is whistled dead. You can go back to HN Live on Instagram and see Shabinsky's goal and see the popularity of Shabinsky with the crowd, as there's some physical play in the corner by Hunter Kelso coming into the lineup today. Now away with it is Singleton. Puck dumped in. And we have a whistle behind the play. The net came off the moorings. I'm not sure if that's all the whistle's for. won by Alberta All-Stars. Here's Luke. Also plays for the Royals. Had a good season with 18 points. And quickly cleared out by the Ukrainians. This team's been scattered all across North America and Europe. And great for them to be able to come together this week and work all throughout the week, really since Monday. Trying to find some cohesion and make sure they pick the right team to go to the U18 Division 1A World Championship in Denmark. And we certainly wish them well in that tournament. Puck deflected into Albertan territory. Schneider chipped that ahead, a check there, but moved up to Carter Cunningham. Got broken up. And dumped back down the ice. Dietz, under a forecheck pressure, will leave the puck for Schneider. Tried to look for Smith. It ends up deflecting for Ingles. Ingles had one of the goals for the Alberta All-Stars in Game 1 of this two-game set. Now Ukraine deflecting it in. And turned back up ice by Crawlin. Crawlin, the setup man in that game, as the shot by Ingles is stopped. Again by Levshin. A couple saves. And Levshin will hang on to it. Nathan Crawlin, the setup man in the first game, had assists on both Albertan goals. And he set up Ingles for that shot. And the rebound created a point shot that pinballed off a couple of people before another chance from Brock Ingles. Now Crawlin to the net. Kind of floated one in there, and the Alberta All-Stars getting more pucks to the net than they did in the first game for sure. Tippender with the face-off win. Ukraine breaks up that attack. Kulikov can't get it deep. Now it is fired in by Shabinsky. Chased by Simchuk on the forecheck. Deflected. Kulikov can't get a shot. Now a rip by Shabinsky. And I think Bombach got a piece of that. Up ice with it is Crawlin again. Forced off the puck. Crawlin, who plays for the Calgary Flames U18 AAA team. The playmaker to watch so far for Alberta. That pass deflects to center. Tkachuk's got it. Little feed left wing side for DeHaas. He's bumped off the puck. Fed ahead for Ukraine by Nagniev. He goes after that. Tkachuk bumped off the puck. Center doesn't get to Nagniev. Now does! And his shot turned aside by Bombach. Big check by Nagniev, who we saw has a physical edge. Now fed up, Nagniev deflects it towards the goal. And the play kept moving there by Connor Bombach. Off a stick. Trying to drag that towards the net. And it deflects out, and a race for it. Here's DeHaas trying to get behind the D. Centers to Chuck. Great save by Levshin. Mark that one down. A beautiful save by the Ukrainian netminder, denying to Chuck. What a stop. Ukraine with the opportunity. Just, I think, a piece of the stick there from goaltender Bombach, and then Tkachuk goes to the backhand, and Levshin. A huge stop. Beautifully done as the puck rolls on to Bombach. So Shabinsky and Tkachuk, a couple of players that know how to score. Players we're going to have to keep our eye on in this intense contest. It was interesting talking to Ben Bindernord in the first game, who's not playing today. He's on the roster for the Canucks for their playoff game tonight. He's saying how much, they're playing each other, but they're friends on the ice as well, and they're happy to be there to support the Ukrainian team too. But as soon as you get on the ice, it gets competitive. That same player ended up in a scrum in front of the net. Once you get out there, get your skates on and get into those tough areas, that friendly atmosphere goes away pretty quick. Puck deflected ahead. Here's Simchuk. Plays for Dauphin. And he'll center that. Score! Great pass. Finished by Shabinski. Doesn't take long for Ukraine to get on the board here this afternoon. And it's the other part of the ice, but the same two who come together. Simchuk to Shabinski. Beautiful backhand pass by the Ukrainian captain, and Shabinski, the sniper for Ukraine. The look of satisfaction as he puts his team ahead. On Wednesday, if you go back and look at the replay, the pass from Simchuk came from the right wing side across to the left. This time the opposite, but still the same two, as the Albertan All-Star team is offside. Let's take another look at it. Great job protecting the puck by Simchuk, goes wide, and tremendous vision. And that's a very tough pass to make on the backhand. Just beautifully done. There's a reason why Simchuk's a leader for his club. Again, played all season with Dauphin in the Manitoba Junior Hockey League. Here's a chance, and Bombach makes the save on Denisenko. Simchuk played all season in Junior A hockey, the Manitoba Junior Hockey League with the Dauphin Kings, where he had 8 goals and 4 assists. That team made the playoffs, and Simchuk chose instead to play for his national team. That's how much it meant to him, missing out on the playoffs in order to be with his teammates and his countrymates. And he's out here leading on the ice as well. As the puck skated ahead now by Crawlin. Nice little move again, but broken up by Babenka. Now a quick shot by Ethan Watkins, snared by Levchin. And you look back to that save made by Levchin. It's a factor because it's just a shift after that save that his team comes out and scores. Sometimes a big stop like that can be a momentum boost. Here's Watkins. Comes away from the pile again, tried to go back to the line, but Luke had already started to skate in. Has to go back for it. A chant starting here from the crowd as Watkins is in. Lost his footing. Oh, that's going to be a penalty call against Ukraine on that play. Back to the line for Luke. Nice hesitation. Goalie to the bench. And that centering feed misses. Oh my, the dangerous centering feed that goes all the way back down the ice. Not actually close to the empty net in this case, as Keeler moved it up. All-Stars trying to make something happen here on the delayed penalty. That hits off Luke, and a shot wide of the goal by Tkachuk. Grabbed again. Backhand pass out front off a Ukrainian stick, but they haven't controlled it. Now they'll touch it. It is Shabinski, the goal scorer, getting his stick on it. And we'll see our first power play of the game. Watkins, little shifty move, drew the stick in of Yakovenko. Took him off his feet. Power play number 1 of the game for the Albertan All-Stars. They were 0 for 3 on the man advantage on Wednesday. Here's Dietz, closing in, hit the goal post. What a chance there for Dietz, who had the goal to win it in overtime on Wednesday. Nearly tied this game up. Going high blocker. Now he has to escape the zone. Dietz, an impressive young man, 27 points for Edge School this season as a defenseman. As Levshin will clear that puck himself all the way back to the Alberta All-Star line. Here's Carter Singleton. Pass across now, Crashley. Singleton sets up, waits in the corner, goes back to the line for Dietz. Nice cross-ice feed. Over to Crawlin, back over Singleton. Tried to center that, broken up in front, good stick from Dragoon. Bouncing puck, grabbed and cleared the length of the ice by Nagniev. Played for the Okanagan Hockey Academy Edmonton U18 prep team this year. 20 points for Nagniev. 45 seconds left in the power play here as the Albertans dump it in. Again, the goaltender, Levshin, very quick to move the puck. Got that up, and it's a 2-on-1, shorthanded if they hurry. Koida, pass across, scored! Kulikov! Great move for the shorthanded goal. 2-0 Ukraine. Kulikov wearing the C today, and let's not forget where this play started. The puck handling of Levshin. Great backhand pass up the wall. Koida made the feed over to Kulikov, and a quick move to his backhand. The Ukrainian sniper celebrating the shorthanded goal. And after struggling to break through on the Albertan net in game 1 of this 2-game set, despite all their shots, this time the Ukrainians are getting that offensive touch early. Kulikov had 13 goals on the season for the Edmonton Junior Oilers U18 AAA team, so he's got some offensive touch, and he showed it there. Alberta 0 for 1 on their power play, as Shabinski will clear that up. Again, the swings of this sport, though. The first Ukrainian goal came after a tremendous save by Levshin on Tkachuk. The second Ukrainian goal comes about 45 seconds. Oh, a turnover, a wraparound, score! Bomback lost that behind his net. And it's Nagniev pumping this crowd up, making it 3-0 Ukraine. We saw how effective Levshin was moving the puck. That one just took a hop on Bomback, and he missed it. And good alert play by Nagniev. Pounced on it and wrapped it in quickly. 3-0 Ukraine. I was saying on the second goal, also came quickly after a chance for Alberta that didn't go in. Dietz hit the post on the power play. Then Ukraine gets a shorthanded goal. Now a 2-on-1. Alberta trying to answer. DeHaas, the centering feed behind the intended target, and then broken up by Tuchin. Now a long shot snared by Bomback, and he'll hang on to it. Taking another look at the shorthanded goal, and look at the quick adjustment by Kulikov. Puck was kind of hopping on him. He was able to grab it and quickly turn it to the backhand, and there's a smile on the face of Nagniev. a whole game with 40 shots for Ukraine on Wednesday. They could only score once. We're just over 13 minutes into this one, and they've got 3. And maybe that tells you a little bit, too, what this week is doing. You know, they'd only been together a couple days before playing Wednesday. They've had the whole week together now, getting a little more cohesive, working on their finishing, finding some chemistry offensively. And now an early lead here. We'll see how they play with the lead. Oh, a hard check. Delivered by Singleton. Centered, Singleton, good stick to deflect that towards the goal. And then he flies in with another hit in the corner. Very active shift by Carter Singleton. Plays for CIHA U18 prep. That time flying in was Kelso. Took the worst of it, but trying to play physical. Dembo on the draw, got it to Tkachuk, who turned it over, skated ahead with speed by Yatsishin. Now bounced ahead by Simchuk. Kulikov in the corner. Had it, taken away and cleared. 3-0 Ukraine leading. Here's Kulikov, who has one of them, left for Simchuk. He'll shoot, scores! A laser, top shelf! Gabriel Simchuk! Ukraine pouring it on in period number 1. Kulikov enters the zone, just a little drop feed. And Simchuk does a great job using the Alberta defender Keeler as a screen goes between his legs. Upstairs, short side. And it's a 4-0 Ukrainian lead. And they're not done. Chip towards the goal, and Dietz has it. Here's Dietz. Passed it up for a shot by Watkins. And covered up by Levchin. Another look at it. Great outlet pass. Kulikov drops it off, and look at the placement of that shot from Simchuk. He's pumped up. Had an assist earlier. And now another rush for Ukraine. Shot from the left wing side by Bereza, stopped by the pad of Bombach. And Bereza again to the net. Bombach trying to fight his way back into this game. Already down 2-0 when he gave up the puck behind his net. It's kind of been like a snowball rolling downhill. 5 minutes left in the period. The Albertans have had their chances. Levchin made a huge stop off to Chuck. Dietz hit a post. But it's Ukraine jumping on their opportunities in this period, giving the crowd here at the Max Bell Center lots to cheer about. Here's Tkachuk. Skates that one in. Turned over, and Ukraine has it. Up to center, it's dumped in by Yakovenko. On it now with Leckie. His pass deflects to center for Tkachuk. Skates it in, pass to the wall for DeHaas. He'll move it back. And a shot from the point. Goaltender down, played back to the line. Luke's there. Tkachuk, one-timer, loose puck to Haas. How does that stay out? And it's cleared. Levchin found himself deep, actually into his own net at one point during that scramble. Levchin again, handling the puck like a young Mike Smith. Long lead pass there, grabbed by Nagniev. Wrap it around, looking for another goal. Broken up in front by Quinn Keeler. And we have a penalty. A cross check. If we look at the opportunity, his own defender, Dragoon, knocking down Levchin, leading to this scramble. Zimchuk with a block at one point. Oh no, there was a hit before then even. I think it was Smith who bumped into him, and then we see a scrambling Levchin fighting to keep that puck out. Cross-checking penalty called against Hunter Kelso. And a man advantage opportunity now for Ukraine for the first time in this game. They went 1 for 3 on the power play on Wednesday. One-timer, rebound! Oh, what a chance, and a good left pad save made by Connor Bomback. Bomback had a tough first period, but delivered there with an excellent left pad save, and he's a very fine young goaltender. Had a great season with Red Deer, .911 save percentage, despite facing a lot of rubber. Skated up here by Simchuk. Scored a beautiful goal to make it 4-0. Laid behind the net. Now Kulikov centers. Loose puck, bang away at it, and kept out by Bomback. Halfway through the Ukrainian power play. We have a look here at Nagniev's cross ice feed for the one-timer by Denisenko. Bomback getting across nicely, and a good clear. Give credit to Caden Schneider there. That rebound was in a dangerous place. If Schneider doesn't get it and clear it, that could have been big trouble. Simchuk threw it towards the front of the net, kind of a shot and pass with Kulikov in front. Seemed like he had a little room. High glove there, too, but didn't take it. Shabinsky will open the scoring. Kulikov tried to go back across. Simchuk! Oh, and Bomback just closed the wickets in time. Even I could see the opening there, and I'm sure Simchuk's eyes caught wide. Thought he had the 5-hole, and Bomback does a great job shutting that door. Watch it here. Oop! You thought it was open? No, sir. Kept in here by Ukraine. And Asenko drop pass and fumbled and cleared. Chased back down the ice by Maryanovsky. 10 seconds left on this power play. And it's deflected out of play into the crowd. Look out! Some young fans had to keep their eyes open. There's a young one that got the puck. I think she's looking around to see, can I keep it? Oh, gives it to, I'm assuming her brother. He's like, well, maybe you should have it. Look at the generosity on display here. If that were my kids, they'd be fighting over who got to keep it. Well-parented children there. Here's a quick shot from a tough angle. Berzak got that to the net. Bomback's really settled in here. After getting down 4-0, it's easy to completely unravel as a netminder. Instead, he's settled into his crease and made some big saves on this penalty kill. There's a stumble by Watkins. Cleared that out. Grab now ahead for Ukraine. Poida passed off. And broken up by the Alberta All-Stars. Watkins away. He's got some speed. Stick handles into the zone. Got it back to the line. Good kind of kick pass there by Smith. And a point shot. Good save. And the rebound was there. Alberta couldn't come up with it. Down the stretch we come. Final minute of the first, which has been all Ukraine on the scoreboard. 4-0 for the Ukrainians. Backhand that deep. Bombach out of his net. Tried to steer it up the wall. Simchuk intercepts. He's got one of those goals. Back to the line. One-timer fanned on by Koval. Pass with kind of in his feet. Now a shot. Akhmedov put that one high. Here's Koval closing in. Wrister well high and wide. 20 seconds left in the period. Akhmedov threw it towards the front. Broken up by Dietz. Takes a check from Simchuk, but Dietz still managing to clear it out. Comes across to Colville, turned back up, and a collision at the Ukrainian line between Krashley and Levchenko. And that'll do it for the first period. And boy, gotta be some elation and some relief for the Ukrainians, who had all sorts of chances in the first game, but only struck once on over 40 shots in that loss. It's a 4-0 Ukrainian lead after one. We'll come back with some comments from Dylan Dietz as it's 4-0 Ukraine. You're watching Hockey for Ukraine on HN Live. Game 2 of the Hockey for Ukraine series between the U18 Ukrainian national team and a U18 Alberta All-Stars squad. I'm Sean Mullen, and after a 2-1 Alberta win in Game 1, it's going much better for the Ukrainians so far this afternoon. They lead at 4-0. We're joined now by Alberta defender Dylan Dietz, who had the overtime winner on Wednesday. First of all, Dylan, just talk me through what this experience being a part of this series has been like for you.
Yeah, you know, it's really great to represent the Alberta team right now and being able to help out Ukraine while they are trying to find a way to practice and get ready for their U18 showcases. So it's been good to play against people from across seas and a different type of playing style, so it's really good. What
was that first game like, and take us through the overtime winner and how that felt?
That first game, yeah, it was good. Overtime winner, you know. I didn't really do much. Karelin made a really nice pass to me in the slot and happened to just put it in, but he made a really great pass.
Obviously, Ukraine's come out fired up in the game today. What's been the difference in this contest so far, and what do you guys have to do to get it turned around?
Yeah, Ukraine's come out playing heavy and fast and strong, and I think we just need to stick to our game better and make our plays that we know we make and play with confidence and not be afraid to bump shoulders with the other team. And yeah, I think we'll be coming out harder here in the second and third.
All right, thanks a lot, Dylan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Dylan Dietz, who scored the OT winner on Wednesday and hit a post in that first period, but the Alberta All-Stars couldn't find the score sheet. Instead, it's Simchuk and company leading 4-0 after 2 on hnlive.ca. And we're back, getting set for second period action after a wonderful first period for the Ukrainians. This is Game 2 of the Hockey for Ukraine series at the Max Bell Arena. I'm Sean Mullen. And after a 2-1 overtime loss to the Alberta All-Stars on Wednesday, Ukraine came out with an extra step today. First, though, their goaltender, Levchin, denying to Chuck a great blocker save that led to this setup by Simchuk over for Shabinsky. 1-0 Ukraine. And Ukraine got down shorthanded, and Dietz, the overtime hero from Wednesday, rang one off the bar. But the swings of the game from that save to a shorthanded opportunity, and Kulikov delivered a beautiful move to the backhand. 2-0 Ukraine. Then a stumble behind the net by Connor Bombach and a wraparound from Nagniev. Ukraine piling it on. And they kept adding to it. Great outlet feed. Kulikov drops. Simchuk roofs. A great shot. Short side up over the glove of Bombach by Gabriel Simchuk. And he and the Ukrainians are in firm command of this contest. A 4-0 lead through 20 minutes of play. And Simchuk has been a huge part of that. Now Bombach back out for the second period. He faced 20 shots in that first, and they scored 4 on the first 10. Stopped the last 10 of them. So he's settled in. And they'll need him to stand strong in this second period in order to have any chance of a comeback. Teams come to center ice, and we're off in second period action. We'll see if the Alberta All-Stars are able to chip away at this Ukrainian lead, but here's a nice rush and drive. Shabinski! Oh, that was close. Already with 2 in this series, Shabinski, a nice rush, goes wide and creates that opportunity. And Alberta's on the board. Again, the back and forth of this sport. A chance at one end, and it's Watkins burrowing at the other. To Chuck. Threw it out front, and Watkins, a great deflection. Well, actually, on his stick and off. Looked almost like a deflection, how quick it was. Excellent quick release by Watkins. And that's exactly the start that the Alberta All-Stars needed here in this second period. A big chance by Ukraine, doesn't find its way in. And Alberta comes back, gets on the board, and we'll see if they can build some momentum. And they continue to attack here. Taken away by Ukraine's Levchenko. To the line, Dietz is there. Puck pushed to the corner. Played up the wall off of Denisenko. Comes back to the corner again. Off a Ukrainian body, Denisenko is able to push it into Alberta territory. So interesting to be playing here at Max Bell Center with a team full of, as that's an icing call against Alberta, a team full of Alberta products, specifically from the Calgary area. As we take another look at the Alberta goal. Look at that release. On a stick and off for Watkins. Ethan Watkins, who plays for the CIHA U18 prep team this year. Good quick player, good quick release. But finishing my thought, to see this team full of Calgary Stars, Alberta All-Stars, but they're actually, they're the home team on the bench, but they're really the road team in the crowd. It's an overwhelmingly Ukrainian crowd, or even those who are not Ukrainian who are here for this game have been cheering on the Ukrainian team. Puck back to the line. Ukraine trying to get that 4-goal lead back. Here's Akhmedov throwing it to the corner. Smith has that for Alberta. Played behind the net. Zach Manuel skates out of there and moves it up. Nice feed ahead for Dembo. Ripped across by Crashley. Dembo goes to it behind the goal. Poked at it. Trying to clear it there. Levchenko couldn't get it out. Dembo back to the line. Luke shooting. That deflects. Dembo's got it again. And couldn't keep the cycle going. Taken away and played up by Akhmedov. Over now, left wing side. Yacheshin. Take it away from him. Dembo cleared that to center. Dumped back down into Alberta territory by Martsev. 4-1, Ukraine leading. .33 to go. Second period. Game 2 of this series as it's dragged to the net by Simchuk. Back to the line. And a point shot. Simchuk may have got a piece of it. on the shot by Marintsev. Stopped nonetheless by Connor Bombach. Nice little drag to the net by Simchuk. Got it to the point and set up the chance. Not sure if he did get a stick on that. Off the draw. That puck deflects out of play as Yakovenko tried to get it towards the goal. Puck deflects at center. Grabbed here for Alberta again by Watkins. He'll shoot. Stick save made by Levshin. Watkins, who has the lone goal for Alberta. Now here comes Denisenko trying to drive that towards the net, and Bombach will cover it up. Oh, a little collision at the side of the goal, and that's going to draw in Dietz to have a word. And no surprise, it's Nagniev. He's that type of player. So after the whistle, Nagniev comes in, just leans his shoulder in on Hunter Kelso. But Nagniev has been in every scrum, goes to the net. He likes to play that way, and a point shot there snared by Bombach. Also, because of that, he was first on the puck behind the net in the first period when Bombach bobbled it, and he was able to wrap that around for a goal. Off the draw. Chipped up the wall. In some skates. Tushin back to the line. Steered in by Maryanovsky. Hard check in the corner by Koida. But the Albertans are able to clear it out. DeHaas try to pass, broken up by Maryanovsky. Getting physical next to the bench, and DeHaas will move it into Ukrainian territory. And center, that hits off a stick, and Ingles is trying to get to it. Shot at the line, DeHaas is loose, scores! Outweights Levshin and Brandon DeHaas as the Alberta All-Stars within 2. Tkachuk back to the line, and a point shot hit off a Ukrainian stick. Came right to DeHaas, and excellent patience by DeHaas. The Okotoks Oiler just waiting and waiting before Levshin made his move. Outweighted him and lifted it over top of the Ukrainian netminder. And Alberta is within 2. Ukraine was in firm command of this thing. But the Alberta All-Stars have come out with a little extra fire in their step in this second period. And now the partisan Ukrainian crowd trying to get them back on their game. Crashly lost it. Martinsev tried to play that ahead. After it now, Yatchishin! Another chance right out front for Levchenko. At the line, shot by Yakovenko, and Bombach's there. And give Bombach credit. Again, when it was 4-0, he settled in, hasn't allowed another goal yet. And has allowed his team to get back into this one, as that one's backhanded high by Crowlin. Luke at the line. His shot off a skate. Smith trying to leave that for a pinching Keeler. And that's cleared ahead. Played by Shabinsky to Kulikov. He'll shoot into the glove of Bombach. Kulikov, who had that shorthanded goal, and Another look at the goal. Watch DeHaas. Waits. Opened things up with Levshin and was able to put it in the top of the net. Good opportunity. Yatsishin driving, and then after that rebound on a turnover was Lipchenko. Here's the feisty Nagniev. Overskates the puck in the corner. Came back to the line and held in by Koval. Nagniev. Back to the line for Koval. Nagniev again shooting. He had Simchuk right in front as well. Swallowed up by Bombach, who has stopped 17 straight shots. Another look here is Koval's able to move it. Nagniev to the net with a couple of bodies in the way, hoping. Back to the line. Point shot. And Marianovsky, and that one snared by Bombach. I was saying it was 17 straight, now 18 straight. Again, games are not finished in segments. First 10-15 minutes, a bit of a battle for Bombach and Team Alberta, but he's settled in. His team's been able to close the gap. And finding offense has been a little bit tougher now. Finding the net tougher now for the Ukrainians, despite a number of chances, as that's called icing against Team Alberta. And Bombach has a, you look at his season, has a 3.48 goals against average, a .911 save percentage, which tells me he faced a lot of rubber with the Red Deer U18 AAA team. Still had a winning record. Still had a save percentage of .911. So he's been in games like this before. Dietz puts it behind the net. Schneider couldn't control it. Looks like a penalty to Ukraine, though, for roughing. And it'll be power play number 2 coming up for the Albertan squad. They, at this point, 0 for 1 in this contest, 0 for 4. And the 2-game set, well, that wasn't much. But he took his hand off his stick, did Kulikov. A little bit of a shove, and that's enough for a power play opportunity for Alberta at quite a time, as they at one point trailed 4-0, chance to make it a 1-goal game. Keeler sends it across for Tkachuk. Some Royals working together here, down to Luke. Out to DeHaas, his shot blocked wide of the goal. Nagniev getting in front of that. Here's Tkachuk for DeHaas. Tkachuk again. DeHaas off his skate. And that'll be sent up the wall, and diving to keep that in was Keeler, and cleared the length of the ice for the Ukrainians by Denisenko. Oh, we got a penalty call here. That'll negate the man advantage as Keeler goes off for a trip. And I guess when he was diving over to keep the puck in at the line, his stick got in there on Denisenko, and that'll do it for the Ukrainian, or the Alberta power play. They're 0 for 2. We'll get some 4-on-4 hockey now for an extended sequence, and then a brief power play for Ukraine. Sent up the wall by Levshin. A lot more scoring in this game. It was a 2-1 overtime game on Wednesday. Nice long lead pass, shorthanded. Bereza comes in, slides that down. Played by Koida, but intercepted. 4-on-4 action here. Akhmedov. Long lead pass intercepted by Dietz. Over to Tkachuk. He's got a lane, trying to drive it. Shoots it off the side of the net. Dietz in after it. The defender loves all this extra open ice. Leaves it. Pass across by Crawlin, missed the target. Crawlin has it again, he'll shoot! I think that hit Dietz's stick in front. Banked up the wall. Played in behind the goal by Yatsishin. And now Ukraine going to the power play for 43 seconds. They're waiting for a line change to try and start their attack. They have the only power play goal of this series so far. They were 1 for 3 Wednesday, 0 for 1 so far today. Into the zone, Simchuk. Left it for Kulikov, and a good stick on him by Nathan Crawlin. Up now, Simchuk. Enters the zone into the slot. Doesn't shoot, and a nice deflection there to knock that puck out by Tebender. And now with it is Simchuk. He'll play to the corner. Kulikov after it. Now grabbed by Berezaw. We're back to 5-on-5. At the line. A shot blocked to the corner as Akhmedov couldn't get it through. Comes up with the puck again. Again to the point. And Akhmedov has to escape the zone. He'll dump it in. Shabinski will chase. Schneider was there first for Alberta. Little deflection for Dietz. He slows the play down. We're halfway through the second period. 2-goal lead for Ukraine's U18 squad over the U18 Alberta All-Stars. As the puck deflects to the corner. Good aggressive play by Watkins there. Watkins, who had 7 goals and 10 assists this season in the CSSHL U18 Prep League. Puck banked ahead. Here's Nagniev. Ends up with Denisenko. Broken up by Keeler. Nice cross-ice pass there. Watkins. Draw pass by Smith. Smith gets it back. Trying to throw it across the front. Held in at the line. There's Watkins. Trying to get that out front for Smith. Ukrainians break it up. Pass off the skates of Tuchin. And with speed now, Kelso shooting off the stick of Levshin. The Burton team really found their game this period. Skating a lot more. Creating some chances off the rush. That's centered. Oh, not getting all of it. Ruslan Tuchin in a good position. But he had a man right on him as well. Ingles knocked down at the Ukrainian line. Collected by Yakovenko. Gets himself to the red line and sends it deep. Bombacks out of his net, steered it up the wall. Grabbed there. Skated behind the net by Singleton. Now past the center, intercepted by Koval, but he's knocked off the puck. Here's Singleton following it up. Slows things down and turns that over to Kulikov. Fed ahead down, left wing side. Yatsishin. Try to drop feed, broken up by Singleton. He moves that to DeHaas. Nice play out to the neutral zone. DeHaas rushing up ice. Goes wide, wraps around, centers it, broken up. Promising rush, but nothing comes of it. And now his shot blocked by Kulikov out to the neutral zone. DeHaas scored one of the 2 Alberta All-Star goals in this second period so far. Nice little dance by Yatsishin over to Simchuk. And his pass broken up. Back comes Alberta. Pass for Tkachuk broken up. Good attempt by Crashley to get that through. And quickly cleared out by Marntsev. Schneider dumps it back in. Slowed up by Levshin. And nice feed by Shabinski. Here's a rush and a rip wide by Nagniev. Thrown back out front. Nagniev got a stick on that. Keeps the play going. Back to the line. Marintsev shoots it wide. And the puck's whistled dead here. 5:50 to go in our second period. Look of some confusion on the face of Vladislav Dragun, the 6'2" defender. Looks like we have a new goaltender in there, Cruz Chase, coming in to replace Connor Bombach, who ends up stopping 25 of the 29 shots, and it's a power play for Ukraine. What a way to enter the game for Chase. Chase, an unblemished record in the first game, stopped every puck he saw before being replaced in the third period. Puck worked back to the line, a shot blocked, and cleared the length of the ice by Crowlin. Chase on the season, 10-7-1 with a 3.75 goals against average, .899 save percentage for Airdrie U18 AAA. Also a signed prospect of the Regina Pats in the Western Hockey League. Here's Simchuk. Centers! And Chase able to keep that out. Stopped all 29 shots he faced in the game on Wednesday. And nice job there on the opportunity from Shabinsky. Give Bombach credit. I've said it a few times. He started slow, but battled through the rest of the game and allowed his team to close the gap here. Now Ukraine working it around on the third power play of the game. Here's a shot. Rebound chance. Comes to Simchuk again. Watkins right on him. And Watkins does a great job clearing that out. The puck slows down. Smith is going to draw a hook. Great job by Smith. Jackson Smith got on his horses. Got in behind of Akhmedov and forced the hooking penalty. And that'll negate the remainder of Ukraine's power play. Hooked him up in order to slow down any chance at a shorthanded rush. As a result, we'll play 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds, and then Alberta will have their third power play of this game. And here's Dietz. Ian Schneider plays some catch. Schneider will get on his horses. Dumps that puck to the corner. Chopped and deflected out front. Puck really got hopping. Finally settled down here for Ukraine by Yatsishin. Can't clear. Dietz has got it at the line. Now takes it out to the neutral zone. Schneider somehow put that between the wickets of Denisenko and kept the play alive. And now a power play for Alberta, but a turnover. Yatsishin shorthanded. The shot stopped by Cruz Chase. Almost held it when he didn't want to. Was able to keep the play moving. Now it goes out of play. Inauspicious beginning to the Alberta power play as they turn the puck over, allowing Anton Yatsishin to come in and try and go 5-hole on Chase. More aggressive play here by the penalty killers. Tushin this time. We've already seen a shorthanded goal in this game from Ukraine. They are not afraid to get aggressive. Working on their systems throughout this week. Certainly trying to prepare them for their opportunity at the U18 Division 1A World Championship in Denmark. Good speed here by Quinn Keeler. He'll rush that in to Ukrainian territory. 25 seconds left on the man advantage. Tkachuk's got it. Weaves out to the slot. Keeler a drive and a pad save made by Levshin. Keeler at the line for Tkachuk. Nice cross ice pass. Hits Ingles in the skate. 3 players from the Royals out there. Helps with some cohesion as Tkachuk shoots. The rebound batted out, and a short out of the penalty box. Akhmedov after it, and Chase got to the puck first. Tkachuk back in, broken up, and that'll be iced, but no whistle on the icing as Shabinski was on that puck first. That cleared just a little too far from Akhmedov as he came out of the penalty box. Back to the line here. DeHaas cuts out. Zipped that pass over. And a shot by Leckie stopped and held by Levshin. Oh, and frustration from the North Star defender. Saw the shot by Tkachuk. Puck cleared out. And trying to get to that puck was Akhmedov, but Chase out of his net. Able to get to it first. We're down the stretch here. Another minute 49 to go in the second period, and a broken Ukrainian stick off that draw. Puck cleared out. Dumped in by Simchuk. Back forward is Zach Manuel. Can't clear. Good forecheck by the Ukrainians. It is cleared up now. DeHaas splitting the D. Breaks in. Stopped by Levshin. Boy, DeHaas has been flying this second period. A goal and 2 or 3 other great chances, including the burst of speed to split those D. Now had a shooting lane but passed it up, and it's cleared out by Nagniev. Final minute of play here, second period now. And after carrying a 4-0 lead through the first, Ukraine, it feels like at the moment would be happy to get to the intermission, still up by 2. Hard hit in the neutral zone by Yakovenko, knocking down Dembo. In with it is Watkins, and he zips a wrist shot just wide. 30 seconds now. Good knockdown by Tuchin at center. And then he took a collision. Strong on his feet there is Ruslan Tuchin. Turnover by Dietz. In comes Simchuk. Center gets it back. Score! Beautiful passing play off the turnover. It's Gavril Simchuk, second of this game, and third point. Ukraine up 5-2. What a finish to the period for the Ukrainians, who are on their heels, and a beautiful little passing play between Simchuk and Koida. And that one-timer just beating Chase. The first time the Ukrainians have been able to get one by Chase after he shut them out in the first 2 periods on Wednesday. And for Ukraine, what a finish to the period. That was all Alberta, really. The Albertan All-Stars scored twice early, put lots of pressure on, trying to cut that lead more. Instead, in the final 10 seconds, quick play off for turnover, well executed. Simchuk finished it for his second of this contest, 5-2 Ukraine leading. Stay with us. We'll have a special look at this great event.
Gord Miller approached us, and in conversation it came to light that maybe this is something we can help out with, and they were able to bring it together and get the team over here.
Because of the war, we don't have opportunities to practice in Ukraine, safely. That's why it's really important for us so that we have this kind of opportunity.
It's important for our team. It shows the values that we have as a team, that we'd be involved in something like this. And on the flip side, it's also a good recruiting tool But this particular event, that isn't the most important part. Obviously, the most important part is doing it for those Ukrainian kids.
We hope like players, they will develop into better players, you know what I mean? Like when they see how kids play here. And us as a coach, we want to learn. We want to get more knowledge, you know what I mean? So we can bring back with us to back home and share with the other coaches and players.
I know we're going to sit down and just talk hockey with the coaches and provide some of the systems we have, the video systems, or some ideas that we have and maybe they can use. I know that was a big part of this as well, is everyone wants to learn and we don't stop doing that.
We want not only good hockey players, but we want good young men, right? And part of being a junior hockey player is giving back to your community.
We're a community-owned team, and for me, the community has really stepped up to get these players here, and I trust that the community of Calgary will step up and get behind them for the 2 games, and I think that'll really lift their spirits, so to say, and understand that they're not in this alone.
It means a lot for us because like we can feel the support. And this point of time, like what Ukraine is going through, it means twice a lot for us. And we need the place to prepare for a championship. And it's a great opportunity that we can start it here in Canada. We would like to say thank you, and we're really grateful to all the people who involved in this training camp, who made this happen for us.
For 60 years, we've been beside you, loving hockey. Through the highs, the lows, and everything in between. The game's come a long way, and together, we can take it further.
We will see some of the elite Canadian players.
Canada's best women's under-18 club teams come to the Okanagan this spring for the 2024 Esso Cup. Watch the women's hockey stars of tomorrow today. Catch all the action live from April 21st to 27th at Cal Tire Place in Vernon. Tickets are available at hockeycanada.ca/EssoCup.
This building, this province, and these fan bases
Canada's best men's under-18 club teams come to Member 2 this spring for the 2024 TELUS Cup. Who will follow in the footsteps of the alumni who have come before? Catch all the action live from April 22nd to 28th at the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center. Tickets are available now at hockeycanada.ca/TELUSCup.
It's headed to the East Coast.
And we're back for third period action in what has been a far more offensive game than we saw in the first game of this Hockey4Ukraine 2-game set. 4-0 Ukrainians leading after one. The U18 Alberta All-Stars battle back in the second period. Ethan Watkins, a nice shot there, and then it's Brandon Daha showing great patience, outweighting Levshin, cutting that Ukrainian lead to only 2. A big change, and then an opportunity out of the penalty box, broken up by Cruz Chase coming into the game midway through the second period. A break for DeHaas denied by Levshin, and that would prove huge at the end of the period, forcing a turnover. Simchuk plays catch with Koida, and it's Simchuk, his second of the game, and a 5-2 Ukrainian lead heading into the third period. Simchuk, 2 goals and an assist in this game. Had a big helper in the first as well. The Dauphin King in the Manitoba Junior Hockey League has been a king for this Ukrainian squad. A veteran of both the U20 and U18 tournaments nationally, has stepped up in a big way for his team here this week. For the Albertan All-Stars, they know that they can answer. They did early in that second period. But they'll need to come up with some kind of strike early in this third period as they trail by 3. Two teams coming to center ice. And this crowd pumped up, ready for more. And we're off with third period action from the Max Bell Center. Don't forget as well, this is a fundraiser for the Ukrainian Hockey Dream. We'll get you that QR code again shortly. Program in the Ukraine that's helped deliver equipment to young hockey players still in the country. That's helping with programs for veterans who were injured in the war, as well as helping resettle Ukrainian hockey players so they can continue to play despite the destruction of the arenas in Ukraine, getting them to safe locations so they can continue their career. Lots of important work done by the Ukrainian Hockey Dream program. As Tkachuk will skate this ahead for Alberta. Broken up, and Nagniev trying to get loose. He got hauled down, and that's going to be a penalty to the Alberta All-Stars. Nagniev, who's a guy who moves his feet. We've seen it all throughout this game and on Wednesday. Likes to play an aggressive game as well, and he drives the penalty. Good hard work, and Ukraine going to their fourth man advantage of this contest. Face-off won by Ukraine. They're 0 for 3 on the power play today. They were 1 for 3 as that shot from Shabinsky. They're 1 for 3 in the game on Wednesday. On the goal by Shabinsky. Face-off controlled again by the Ukrainians. Simchuk past the middle of the point. Here's Shabinsky. Moved it down for Kulikov. To the line. Akhmedov to Shabinsky. Cross for Simchuk, broken up. Good stick by Nathan Crawlin. See if they can get the power play going here. Worked around Kulikov, centers! Oh, and a point-blank chance for Bereza. He couldn't pull the trigger on it. Back to the line. Nice pass across Shabinsky, down to Kulikov. Fed back out front, backhand try by Kulikov. And Chase will cover that up. Maybe one pass too many there on a couple of occasions. As Ukraine had a couple of open looks. And work around here. Shabinsky down to Kulikov. I think on that play, Shabinsky was maybe in a position to shoot. Face-off won by Ukraine. Different power play group out now. At the line, Marinovsky. The pass for Denisenko broken up, but they keep control on the one-timer, stopped by the left pad of Chase. That was Nagniev getting it through. Marinovsky to Nagniev. Back to the line. Marinovsky, Nagniev playing catch again. 20 seconds left in this power play. One-timer by Denisenko. And the blocker saved by Chase. Beautiful blocker save. They did a good job keeping this play alive. Work to the one-timer and kind of a bouncing puck on that shot by Nagniev, stopped by Chase. Chase, very strong netminder. We saw it on Wednesday. They've beaten him once here today since he's come on. Whacked away in front by Koida. That's cleared, and that'll pretty much end the Ukrainian power play, now 0 for 4. Dumped right down the ice onto Chase. He'll cover that up. And it's been a victory to the penalty killers in this game so far, and really in the 2-game set. And not totally surprising when you see teams that are trying to come together. You know, the Alberta All-Stars have not played together before, except those who've played on the same team. The Ukrainian team, I mean, they've been spread out across the globe. So 2 teams trying to find some cohesion on their special teams. Power play often not going to be strong in those circumstances. Ooh! Big contact there from Yatchushin. See now if Alberta can get a boost from their successful penalty kill. Nice feed across by Kelso, getting it to Singleton. Nothing came of it. Played ahead by Babenka. Little game of catch now up left wing side. Dembo. Singleton behind the net, couldn't control it. Played to the line, and that gets out despite the reach of Manuel. Now he lost it. Yatsishin came in. Couldn't get a chance on net. Now trying to force a turnover. Nearly did. But it was followed up very nicely by Carter Singleton. And he'll dump that puck deep and get a change. Puck behind the net. Ukraine trying to get an attack now. Skated in. And played to the corner for Shabinsky. Cycling for Kulikov. Tkachuk leaned into him. Magniev can't come up with it. Shabinsky the shot! Great save by Chase. Again answering. Very strong net minding by Chase. Now DeHaas! Oh, and he bowls over Leshin, and here comes the Ukrainians to respond. DeHaas, a stunned look in his face. He took the shot and kept going towards the goal. Leshin has been the target of contact in both games. Nice setup to DeHaas, and in the defense of DeHaas, Leshin slid right over towards him. He came across very aggressively to make that save and just kept sliding. And DeHaas was, you can see the look on his face, sort of, look, hey, I just kept skating. I was gliding. And the officials were aware as well of the circumstance. There's no penalty call here. Ukrainians, I'm sure, just relieved that Leshin is all right, as he's taken contact a few times in the 2 games. Oh, turnover to Chuck! Missed the goal. A stumble there by Marntsev. Just lost his footing, and Tkachuk pounced, but sent it wide, trying to go glove hand on Levshin. They did penalize DeHaas in the end. There's no power play, as Ukraine got a penalty for their answer. So I guess they did see it as interference, but then there was a rough called afterwards. Nevertheless, there's no power play out of it. We remain 5-on-5. DeHaas in the box, as is Shabinsky, the 2 number 18s. Here's Trashley. Ingles can't get control of it. Lavender got that puck to the corner. Now if you're Team Alberta, we're already 7 minutes into this third period. You're going to need an answer soon. You're going to need a response. Things were starting to build for them in the second period. Really, created lots of chances, scored 2, and here's a chance. Simchuk looking for the hat trick, driving. He got knocked down by Jackson Smith, the forward, playing in a defensive position on that rush. The goal by Simchuk at the end of the second period, really taking the air out of the tires of the Albertans, who'd had the second going exactly how they'd like it to go. After a 4-0 deficit after one, chipped away at the Ukrainian lead. But that late goal with 10 seconds left has really put Ukraine back in control here in a give and go. Levchenko can't get a shot out of it. Curling out. Yasishin will pass it off. Sent towards the goal by Akhmedov, blocked. Back down the ice into Ukrainian territory, chased by Kralin. Kulikov clears, but gave it away in the process to Tkachuk. Back at his own line, nice pass by Leckie. Kralin tried to go behind his back there. Here's Tkachuk again. Slid a pass for Dembo. To the net, scored! Nathan Kralin goes from the setup man to the sniper. And the Albertan All-Stars are back to within 2. That's just what they needed. Third point of this 2-game set for Kralin, his first goal. Dembo got it to Tkachuk, and a very nice pass by Tkachuk across to Kralin. Levshin did all he could, sprawled over, stick out. Tried to make the save, could not. And Nathan Kralin, who, as I said, was really a playmaker, a setup man in that first game, able to get the goal here today. And we'll see if Alberta can build on that. What a different game. As that's called icing against Ukraine. 2-1 overtime game on Wednesday, where the two teams struggled to find offense. 8 combined goals here this afternoon. Great feed by Tkachuk. Smart play too. Passed it in for Dembo and went a little bit wider. Dembo drew the defenders to him, got it back to Tkachuk, and that allowed Tkachuk the room to make that pass. And a good save here by Levchin on a wrist shot. Don't forget, again, this game is a fundraiser for Ukraine Hockey Dream. If you have an opportunity, search that online. We told some of the stories about that. But they have all sorts of important stories and details about why that fundraiser is important and the work that they do during an obviously incredibly challenging time in Ukraine, well, under the invasion of Russia, as the puck is played up the wall. Good collision there between Babenka and Hunter Kelso. Oh, and more. This time it's Bereza and Singleton. The physical game has not been lacking between these two clubs. In a game where they're openly friendly with one another, dine together, but you get it onto the ice and the competitive juices start flowing. Passed off by Watkins. Ingles can't get it to the net. Next goal, if there is one, so crucial here in the last 10 minutes, as Alberta won't go away in this game. Down 4-0 and 5-2. They've twice cut the Ukrainian lead to 2, but have not been able to take that next step yet. If they can get the next goal, boy, does that change the complexion of this finish. In with it, Shabinski. Driving, shooting, rebound is there! And the 3 Alberta skaters in front of the net, boxing out their goal, don't allow for a rebound chance. Simchuk steered that on goal, deflected out of play by Cruz Chicks. Nice job, first of all, by Shabinski to drive that to the net, but watch the defenders here for Alberta, actually 4 of them before Ingles comes in, just put up a wall in front of their crease. They were not going to allow a second chance out of that. Agniev put it behind the goal. Kulikov a forecheck, but cleared out. Here's Collin. He's got Smith with him. Tried to get it over to him. That's broken up in front by Agniev. Good back check by the Ukrainian forward. Grab there by Smith. Oh my! Agniev and Smith collide at center. More physical play from Agniev, who's becoming one of my favorites out there for sure. Icing called against Alberta. Let's watch here. Just throws his body in there against Jackson Smith. Almost a cross body. We could have seen it at Dungeon Wrestling last night. He's out there digging for pucks and corners, back checking in front of his own net. Neutral zone hits, scoring goals. Doing a little bit of everything out there. Puck comes back to the line. Good shot blocked by DeHaas, but kept in by Dragoon. Into the corner. Manuel trying to come up with that. DeHaas on the wall. In some skates. Kulikov came in with a shove. Shabinski centered it, broken up by Luke in front. And good quick play by Luke. Didn't even hesitate. As Carlin will play that up for Smith. Nice stick handling by Smith. Uh-oh, loose puck! We've seen Levshin try to get that poke check. Sometimes that'll work. Sometimes it can create a little bit of havoc, as it did in that moment. Away with it now, Watkins. He's got one of the 3 goals for the Albertan All-Stars. Knocked out to center, grabbed by Watkins again. Oops, look out, lost his footing. He's hurting. And back up ice. Baraza forced to the outside by Caden Schneider. Oh, Watkins trying to get to the bench after being stung. Ends up bumping into Baraza, who was hurting as he head to the bench. And that shot taken by Babenka is caught and held by Chase. Nice little rush here by Jackson Smith, trying to drive the net, and a poke check attempt by Levshin. Puck took a hop back towards him. A scary moment for the Ukrainian netminder. Started 5 games for Ukraine at the U18 World Championship last year. Was 2-3 at the event. His experience will be, I'm sure, vital at the Division 1A World Championship coming up in Denmark. Puck deflected to center. More physical play here from Koida. They are still battling. Look out. Koida and Caden Schneider. Oh, and a little bit more going on inside Ukrainian territory as well. A smile on the face of Nate Crashley being hauled away from that. The hit by Koida, and then he kind of got tangled up with Schneider. And the two of them just kept going at it. Again, you can have the best of intentions in the world, and the games can be played for the right reasons. But you put teenagers on the ice, especially, but any competitive athlete, in a physical game, and the tempers will flare here and there. You kind of want them to sometimes. Offside called against Ukraine. Let's take a look again at how you can donate to the Ukrainian Hockey Dream charity. QR code there under Donate and Support. They do wonderful work. The story in Zaporizhia, 30 kilometers from the line of the Russian invasion. Small community there with 80 kids playing hockey. And this kind of program allows them to get equipment, help work on facilities as that puck's centered. In fact, despite the invasion, participation in kids sports is up 15% this last year in Ukraine. Doesn't matter, you know, with all that going on around them, if anything, it becomes more important to have something like sport give you a sense of hope and normalcy for a while, as this rush attempt came to Carlin, who sends it high. And a penalty coming to Ukraine as Chase gets to the bench. Oh, no, they're just pulling the goaltender to get aggressive here. No penalty coming. Score! Nagdiev! Oh, and he raises his hands high as the crowd celebrates, putting the game out of reach. It's the old Patrick Waugh move by Coach Ryan Rarick for the Albertan squad, pulling Chase early with 2 goals to come back down from. And who else but Nagdiev with his second of the game. He's been all over the ice in all sorts of different ways in this contest. And he'll make it a 6-3 lead and gets a hug on the bench for his good work. By the way, we will have overtime and a shootout regardless of the regulation result, as this is also a contest that's serving as a tune-up for this Ukrainian U18 national team, so they want to go through those circumstances in live action. Whoa! Flying stick after a collision. So even though it looks like Ukraine will win this game in regulation, we're going to get overtime and a shootout anyway in order to allow the Ukrainians to get out there in game action, as a penalty is now coming to Ukraine. Chase is going to get to the bench. Sent up the wall, off the skates of Dietz. And Kulikov whacked that towards the goal, but it was a whistle. Penalty coming to Ilya Shabinsky, the sniper, who has 2 goals in this 2-game set. Alberta goes to the power play for the 4th time. They are 0 for 3 in this game. It's their 7th power play of the 2 games. Have not been able to strike yet, although they did hit a post on a shot by Dietz back in the first period. Here comes Chase to the bench. Hyper aggression here from Alberta, and I wonder, oh, look out! Into the empty net! Oh my goodness! The puck got rolling on its side and just took off like it had a remote control in it. and that's going to be the goal for Dragoon. It seemed innocent enough for a moment, and then just got on its side and got on its horse, and look out! Look at it curl! I can only imagine the eyes of Dylan Dietz getting wider and the desperation building as he realized that puck's not only not slowing down, but it's curling right towards the goal. Dragoon gets the short-handed goal into the empty net, now 7-3 for Ukraine. Whoa, and a collision at center. Koida knocking Tkachuk down and dumping the puck down the ice. Well, it's given a lot to the Ukrainian fans here this afternoon at Max Bell to celebrate. Trying to get a shot there was Ethan Watkins. Cleared by Nagniev. Coaching staff for this team for Ukraine, impressive. Alexander Bobkin, the head coach, mentioned their connection earlier to the U20 and U18 team. They also coach Pearson City in the senior league in Ukraine. But they had their arena destroyed, so they had to relocate to Odessa City this season. And they still won a bronze at nationals under those very difficult circumstances. Here's a nice rush. Oh, glove save by Levshin on the shot by Quinn Keeler. A beautiful stop. Coast to coast rush by Keeler. Tries to go upstairs and a poster-like save from Levshin. 17 seconds left in the fourth power play for Alberta in this game. They win the draw, and the shot attempt by Kelso goes wide. Keeler keeps that in. Keviner behind the net trying to get to it. Back to the line for Keeler. Moved in behind the net. We're back to 5-on-5. Shabinski's out of the box. Tracked down by Luke. Keeler, Luke, two Calgary Royal players in U18. Puck's deflected into Ukraine territory. Now back out, here's Koida. Luke with a good stick on him, and it's cleared. Back inside Ukrainian territory. Pass deflects, and Kulikov will chase. Down the stretch we come. Final minute of regulation. Don't forget, we are going to have overtime and a shootout regardless. Crowd chanting in appreciation of the efforts of the Ukrainian team. Collision in the corner. Played up the wall by Ingles at the line, a drive. Yakovenko getting that to the net, and Chase the save. Chase only beaten once in this game, but a decisive goal in the late stages of the second period by Simchuk, who has really been a leader for this Ukrainian team. Made it 5-2 at that point. Two empty netters afterwards, and that'll do it. And what a roar from the crowd for the Ukrainian team, who only managed one goal in over 40 shots on Wednesday, but they found their touch here this afternoon after a week of work in training camp, tuning up and getting ready for the World Championship. They score 7 times here this afternoon and score a 7-3 victory over the Albertan All-Stars. Now, again, as I mentioned a moment ago, because these are tune-up games for the World Championship in Denmark, the U18 Division 1A World Championship, we're going to play overtime anyway. There's head coach Alexander Bobkin chatting with his team, an injured Ukrainian player doling out some support. They have to be happy with the result here this afternoon. Both games outshoot the Albertan club. Both games create more opportunities, play a physical game. But in the game on Wednesday, we're not able to find the offensive touch they were looking for. But today they had those same chances, had those same shots, had that same physical play, but they are rewarded on the scoreboard. 4 goals in the first, and a huge goal late in the second period, leading them to this victory over the Albertan All-Stars. Alberta didn't go away. Give them credit, too. You get down 4-0 as early as they did, and it would have been easy to fold up. Ryan Rarick and company. Love that. Creating candy for a puck. Ryan Rarick and company kept battling. Twice closed the gap to 2, but couldn't get any closer. So we got 3-on-3 overtime. Such a rare sight. I look up at our at our scoreboard. Nice drive to the net there. And see 7-3 to score, but overtime. Not common. Simchuk looking for his third. Bouncing puck stopped. DeHaas came up with it. The Albertans did get the overtime win on Wednesday. It was Dietz who scored it. Here's DeHaas trying to catch Ukraine on a change. To Chuck. For DeHaas. He's had a good game. Had a goal, created a chance on a partial break. Used his speed. Here's Luke for DeHaas. To Chuck. One-timer! And Levshin will hang on to that one. We've certainly loved getting to know everybody involved in Ukrainian hockey who's been here, and big kudos as well to the folks from Hockey Canada, Hockey Calgary, and the Calgary Canucks, who, after getting the call from Gord Miller of TSN, who's been instrumental in organizing a couple of tours for Ukrainian teams in Canada, they stepped up and have been huge in organizing this training camp and these exhibition games and fundraiser as well. But kudos to the Calgary Canucks and to Hockey Calgary for their participation. Almost a penalty there. And the Calgary Canucks will be in action at 5 o'clock this afternoon in Game 2 of their Alberta Junior Hockey League semifinal series with Drumheller after winning Game 1 5-2. So they go right back to work. Busy week for them. Skated up here by Crashley. Kulikov, determined effort, slowing him down. Good stick by Kulikov there. Simchuk's got it. He's forced off the puck. Smith trying to take it back in. Takes a bump. We know there was a ton of work on the Ukrainian side as well. And our thanks to everybody from all those organizations for their good cooperation with us and for allowing us to be a part of it here at HN Live. It's been an absolute pleasure. One of the highlights for us, for sure, on our schedule this year. Rushed up. Mike Crowlin couldn't get into Ukrainian territory. 2:19 to go in this overtime. Turning back with it is Akhmedov in his own zone. Little interference run there by Levshin, the goaltender. Akhmedov goes on the rush, has a man in front, wraps around, just holds on to it. Referee whistles the play dead. I'm not sure if the net came off. Oh, okay. Slightly did. Minute 58 to go in this overtime again. Overtime played under these circumstances as a tune-up for the Ukrainian national team. And great job by the Albertan All-Stars. Players just kind of thrown together here to give good competition to the Ukrainians, and they've battled hard. That shot zipped wide by Koida, and that's important. You had to. For these exhibition games to be valuable, you had to come out and play with the tenacity that Alberta played with. Tavender trying to get to it and couldn't. Comes out to Tkachuk. Uh-oh, poked by him. Kulikov in. Tried to drop it back. Ends up out in the neutral zone. Yakovenko moves that ahead. Levchenko into the slot. Nobody wants to shoot in this overtime. Down the stretch we come in OT. Final minute. Ukraine already won the game in regulation. Skating with it, Simchuk. 2 goals in the regulation, drives wide, cuts back, score! A hat-trick goal for Gavril Simchuk. And he gets it in overtime, drives wide, cuts across, and slides it in behind Bruce Chase. Great patience and hands from Simchuk. And what a leader he's been this week for Ukraine and will need to be with his U20 and U18 World Championship experience. 3 goals and an assist here this afternoon to go along with his assist on Wednesday. Here's Singleton starting our shootout. Scores! Great shot by Carter Singleton. The CIHA U18 prep player Singleton found a hole and snapped it in. Well, let's go back to Simchuk. Gavril Simchuk, 3 goals and an assist in this game. Stick handles in. Oh, and this time Chase had the answer. Tried to go back to the same type of move that led to the goal in overtime. And Chase didn't bite. So 1-0, Alberta leading the shootout. It's a 5-player shootout like the international rules. Here's Ryder Dembo. Dembo of the Calgary Flames U18 AAA program. Oh, good patience, but then almost too much patience. As he and Levshin give each other a little tap after. Made him bite on the first move, but then couldn't pull the trigger on the second. Now out is Ilya Shabinsky, who had goals in each of the 2 games for the Ukrainians. Crowd getting behind Shabinsky big. Makes a move, scored! Oh! Fake forehand, backhand roof. A beauty from Ilya Shabinsky. Watch, Chase bites there. Nothing he could do afterwards. Nothing like a backhand roof goal. It's Crashley now from Edge School. Shootout tied at 1. Scored! 5-hole. Second goal that way for this squad.
Now shooting for the Ukraine U18 national team, number 12, Ryan Koya.
There's Koida. Slows it right down. And his shot stopped by the pads of Chase. Watkins weaves his way in, and a blocker save made by Levchin. Both teams now stopped on their last shot, and I believe this is the last opportunity for Ukraine to tie it up here in the shootout. Kulikov, backhand! Stopped by the pads of Chase. Great job staying with him. Okay, one more each. I got ahead of myself. Great patience by both players in that situation. So Luke can win the shootout here. His team up 2-1. And he goes high. So Ukraine still has some life. Crowd chanting for Bereza. He needs to score in order to keep this shootout going. Oh, lost the handle and a poke check by Chase. And a fine job by Chase in goal. And Alberta is able to win the shootout. But it's Ukraine winning the game 8-3. 7-3 in regulation and one more added in the overtime. And more than any of that, a wonderful opportunity for two countries to come together, for these young Ukrainian players to prepare for the World Championship, and for us here in Canada, Alberta, Calgary, to show our support, to show that we stand with Ukraine. 8-3 the final. Stay with us for some post-game comments after the teams shake hands. You're watching Hockey4Ukraine on HN Live. What a special week it's been here in Calgary at the Max Bell Center. The Hockey4Ukraine training camp and exhibition games, raising funds for the Ukrainian hockey dream and preparing the Ukrainian U18 team for the World Championship. We're joined by one of the stars of the game today, Renat Nagniev, who had 2 goals and was in the middle of everything. Congratulations on the game. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. I'm feeling amazing. Those energy which we get from fans, from crowd, that's amazing. I want to say thank you for all our sponsors and our coaches, for organization, and also my favorite country, Ukraine, where I was born. It's amazing feeling to play Canada on this level. Thanks everyone. Pretty good.
How important was this week for you guys as a team to come together and get ready for World Championship this way?
Yeah, it's pretty important. That was like kind of hard for us. Like we get a little bit bond together, and we just start doing chemistry between lines, and just communication, just more bonds, and like being ready for World Juniors coming up. So yeah.
Talk about your game. You like to get in the middle of everything. You're a physical player. You're going to the front of the net. You're throwing checks. Just how is the way you like to play the game?
Yeah, I'm just like I like to forecheck. I'm just pretty hard on the forecheck. Just like to throw some hits, just laying some bodies on the ground. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Again, just you talked about the atmosphere. What did it mean to you guys as a team to see that crowd, all the Ukrainian flags, and how loud they were? How special was that experience?
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was amazing. Like unbelievable experience. Like everyone's cheering for Ukraine, and when we scored, that was like, I don't know. That was crazy. Like, to be honest.
Well, congratulations, and we're certainly wishing all you guys the best of luck at the World Championship in Denmark.
Thanks for everything.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Renat Nagdiev, what a performance by him in the game today. Feisty player in the middle of everything. He'll be key at the World Championship. And after only scoring once on Wednesday, the Ukrainian team came out, got their offense fired up, scored 8 times in this game, including a hat trick for Simchuk, a couple of goals for Nagdiev, and more importantly, experiencing the wonderful support in the crowd. What a week to be a part of. Absolutely our pleasure, and we wish the Ukrainian team nothing but the best of luck at the World Championship. I'm Sean Mullen for everybody at HN Live. Have a great Easter weekend.
Bye.